Lots of new developments are going on with Damage CTRL, so we'll see what's new there. Did Bayley lie to them? Is she jealous? And what else could be going on with the group? As everyone knows by now, Damage CTRL was a project that Bayley had in mind for a long time. The members she had in mind for the group changed and evolved as time went on, but she always had the general idea of herself leading a faction of a few superstars that can benefit from sharing Bayley's platform and spotlight. However, Vince McMahon allegedly was never fully on board with the faction idea from Bayley, so it never saw the light of day. But when Triple H came into power and Bayley was ready to return, that's when she finally got her wish of bringing that faction idea to life, with Dakota Kai and Iyo Sky being the faction members. Now, the big question and fan debate over the last few months has been about if Damage CTRL was a success or not. Well, the group held the tag team titles multiple times, so you can't take that away from them. They held those titles. They shared the ring with Becky, Trish, and Lita at WrestleMania. So they had their fair share of great moments, but there were also some bad moments for the group, such as Bayley not being able to capture the Raw Women's title throughout multiple matchups and attempts. And then you had superstars like Becky Lynch who were trying to cause some tension between Damage CTRL. It was Becky Lynch who pointed out Bayley's past and how poorly she handled her partners in the past, like Sasha Banks. All was well, they had great success, but the second Sasha started to pull ahead of Bayley just a little, Bayley attacked her and turned her back on Sasha. So that was Becky's warning to the rest of Damage CTRL that Bayley was selfish. She was only using them for her own benefit, and will dispose of them when she no longer has any use for them or gets jealous of them. So these were all things that Becky Lynch mentioned several months ago, but those same exact cracks are now starting to show up. The first big crack appeared after Damage CTRL's loss at WrestleMania 39. After losing to Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch, Dakota and Iyo were present for the Raw after WrestleMania. But who wasn't there on the Raw after WrestleMania was Bayley, and it was a crazy few days of rumors and reports there for Bayley. It was being reported that Bayley was originally scheduled to appear with Damage CTRL on the Raw after WrestleMania, but it was a last-second decision to hold her back from appearing with the group. And that absence from Bayley generated a lot of massive buzz about Bayley's status and Damage CTRL's status. A lot of fans were worried about Bayley's future and if she was just suddenly removed from Damage CTRL with no story explanation. But now reports claim that Bayley's Raw after WrestleMania absence was solely a storyline situation that was meant to create buzz and conversation. And that's exactly what it did. So their plan was a massive success there. But we get to the April 10th edition of Raw that features Bayley's return. So the segment features Dakota Kai and Iyo Sky waiting outside Adam Pearce's office, while Bayley is in there talking to him and was supposed to be trying to get a tag team titles match for Dakota and Iyo. Dakota even mentions that Bayley and Adam Pearce had been talking for a really long time, but Bayley finally comes out and tells them the news. Bayley says that she tried talking to him about a tag team titles match, but that Adam Pearce kept talking about the WWE draft and how teams could get split up. Bayley says that Adam Pearce then offered her a triple threat match with Mia Yim and Piper Niven, with the winner going on to face Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title. So something definitely seems fishy here about the information that Bayley provided from that conversation. She went into that conversation with Adam Pearce with the goal of getting a tag team titles match for Dakota and Iyo, but somehow came out of that conversation with Adam Pearce with a number contenders match for herself. Definitely sounds like Bayley might have left some parts out of the conversation that she had with Adam Pearce. You just have to wonder if Bayley even attempted to get them the tag team titles match at all. Maybe Bayley was in there the entire time trying to negotiate with Adam Pearce, and just focusing on getting herself a Raw Women's title match, and that's it. That's basically right in line with Bayley's character and something that she would really do. Dakota and Iyo are out there waiting forever, thinking that Bayley's fighting for them. But in actuality, maybe she was just pushing for herself to get a title match with Bianca Belair. It's selfish, it's greedy, but it's something that definitely fits Bayley's persona. Even though she's leading a faction, she's always going to put herself first. But when Bayley told these plans to Damage Control, they weren't lying down and just quietly taking it anymore. Dakota and Iyo told Bayley that she already had her opportunity with Bianca Belair, and how that triple threat spot should go to one of them. So Bayley visually seems a bit frustrated and disappointed, but she turns around and heads back into Adam Pearce's office to see if one of her two teammates can take her spot. The spot ends up going to Iyo Sky. Damage Control comes out together for the triple threat, but they come out to Iyo's music, which is extremely rare. They always come out to either Bayley's music or the Damage Control theme. But since Iyo was competing on her own in this match, she comes out to her own theme. You can even look at that as some symbolism about the group's unity slowly coming apart as well. And if you keep an eye on Bayley during Iyo's entrance, it's extremely easy to tell that Bayley is not too pleased at all, giving up her spot in this #1 contenders match. Bayley is always energetic and full of life when joining Damage Control to the ring, but not this time. Bayley was just slowly clapping and having a half smile on her face during this entrance. Big signs that Bayley is starting to get bothered by the situation and what's unfolding here. Iyo Sky ends up picking up the win and booking herself a Raw Women's title match against Bianca Belair. And similar idea here. The commentators point out how Bayley must be so proud of Iyo Sky, but Bayley's face tells a slightly different story. Bayley seems completely shocked that Iyo Sky won the match, shocked as if Bayley never really believed in her at all. And maybe that was why Bayley was so quick to volunteer her spot away. Maybe she figured that Dakota and Iyo never had a real shot of winning, so she just figured she'd give them the spot, have them lose, and then find a way back into the title picture herself. But Iyo actually won the match, which Bayley wasn't expecting at all. So knowing Bayley's history and her past, she definitely has to be feeling a little bit jealous and upset right now. That was supposed to be her spot in the triple threat match. That could have been her title match opportunity with Bianca Belair. So you know those things are all going on in Bayley's head right now. Which of course goes back to everything that Becky Lynch was saying about Bayley's jealousy over her teammates' success. The April 10th edition of Raw was a perfect example of that. Bayley showing off jealousy over her teammates' success. Some fans are also wondering if Damage Control doesn't go through a breakup, but instead gets split through the draft. That's a possibility as well. Bayley mentioned it, Triple H mentioned it, and WWE have been mentioning it as well. Every single individual superstar will be available to draft. So it's unknown if tag teams and factions will still be drafted as one selection, or literally everyone will be drafted individually. If it is truly individually, this causes problems for teams like Damage Control, the Bloodline, and other tag teams. Will teams be kept together or split apart? But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.